Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your mid-August 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I think you were one of the signs that I did a Lionsgate portal reading for, and I wasn't going to do one for those signs. I just did a couple of them and decided just to scrap that and wait until I did my normal readings. And I wasn't going to do it for your sign, but I figured, I might as well. So here we go. Let's see what cards. Ooh, this one, I'm going to have this one as the centerpiece, so to speak. I'm glad I'm getting different cards this time. I've been getting a lot of repeats. Okay. I had to pause because there was like this noisy train. I can still hear something in the background. So hopefully it won't, come into the recording. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Swords. How I see this card is different than some of the explanations or interpretations that I've seen. How I see this card is seeing the light, is cutting through illusion that you may have had. Maybe you were in denial over a situation. Looking at the past position to gain more information, we have the Five of Wands. And this doesn't always have to be a negative situation, but in this case, I would say like a combative energy. And if you see these hands, there's more than one person. There may be a primary person that's in the forefront. And this could be, for instance, like if your partner and you are bickering a lot, fighting, not getting along, that's your chief concern. However, there may be other people that are also embroiled in this, that are connected to this. Like, so an example would be if you have a partner whose parents don't like you for whatever reason. You may not have done anything wrong, but they just chose not to like you. Maybe they had somebody else in mind for their son or daughter. And so they're cold to you. And in some cases, I would say probably a lot of cases, there's a narcissist with one of them who is really like being almost like very aggressively trying to create problems between you and your partner. And it's very important in those cases that you do not get in the fray, it's important to stay above the fray, but also that you place the onus or the burden on your partner. And this may be what this card represents, is that you have seen that maybe in the past you believed your partner, and like I'm saying he, but it could be she, that they were positioning themselves as the innocent party caught between their parents and you, when in fact they are the go-between, and they may be enjoying being fought over between you and them. And the thing is, it's like it's a really bad situation in those cases, because not only is there like uncomfortable, there's like a negative feeling in the air, there's a lot of disharmony, but if you have children, they can try to turn your children against you too. So it's really a bad scene any way you slice it. The higher message is the Moon card. Sometimes the Moon card it's funny, it looks like is that a scorpion? That you're ruled by the moon, but actually in the tarot, the moon is connected to Pisces. And Pisces is a sign, because its ruler is Neptune, that is all about deception. So the moon a lot of times has a connotation with deception, with It's funny because I was just thinking the other day, I chose Moon as my, part of my stage name, and I'm thinking, what made me do this? And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's a card that's associated with deception. So I'm going to come across, uh, not that's not all that it is. It's actually intuitive. Maybe that's probably why I did, and it's also creative. So, but in this context, what this could be saying is that you have been lying to yourself, because this can be self delusion. The other thing, too, is that, and what I mean by that is that you believed your partner's lies or their manipulation because it was easier than seeing the truth of the situation. Um, and also, if you are with someone and they are starting like fights with you, sometimes people start fights with their partner because they are doing some dirt and they want to kind of get in front of it. You know what I mean? They're trying to like make themselves out to be the innocent party by casting aspersions on the other person. So you may have been fighting with someone or defending yourself. This is more like going back and forth with someone who used that as a diversionary tactic. And now you've realized, oh, that's why they were doing it. They were kind of like keeping me, um, engaged in this kind of superficial arguing, because then they could it was easier for them to deceive me. Also, another possibility is that you're dealing with somebody with an addiction, and their addiction is the true reason why you're getting in fights with them. Because, for instance, if somebody, sometimes when people drink, they turn, it's like they become possessed. And they start fights. They're like combative, argumentative, what have you, because uh it's like truth serum. A lot of their aggressions they allow to come out when they're drinking. And you focus so much on the aggression, you're not thinking of the true problem, which is addiction. Another thing is mental illness. And, I remember reading that people who are bipolar, sometimes when they're in their manic phase, they're not just like in a euphoric state. Sometimes they start fights, and sometimes people start physical fights. Like, they get, and obviously I think it would probably be more men than women, but, maybe there are some women that do that too, where they get very aggressive, physically aggressive, when they're in that imbalanced state, the manic phase. They're just like starting fights, or they're being very maybe they're being very provocative in their speech, trying to set off somebody because they're trying to have that fight with someone. So you might be dealing with someone who has other problems, and it's not just that you're not getting along. They have other problems. So it's just like, I'm just giving examples. They may not be what's going on for you. What crosses you is the Queen of Swords. This can be that you're too emotionally connected to the situation to really make changes that you need to make. You may be feeling a sense of I don't want to say responsibility, but this maybe sympathy or even guilt, whether it's irrational guilt or whether you feel that there was something at some point that you should have done in relationship to this situation to make it better, and that you feel that you dropped the ball somehow. Whatever that is, it could be causing you to cling, which is the crab clings with its claws to the emotional situations, even if they're not good for them, because they have that sentimental streak that remembers the good times, but forgets about maybe 90% of the times. Okay. What's coming in? The Eight of Wands. We're in Leo season. This is fire energy. Fire energy is very swift, fast. Just think of fire, how quickly it can spread. Something can happen that's a catalyst in this time frame that propels you into action. There might be back and forth communications with someone, and it's if there was some kind of a stagnation, and I feel like the Ace of Swords is a catalyst of sorts. It's almost like you come to this realization and then everything falls into place. And this allows you some kind of freedom from whatever this negative situation is. It's like a release, if you will. Maybe it is that new moon in Leo, since that's fire energy. And then the outcome is the King of Pentacles. In this case, unless there was if there was like a will, if this is like some kind of a problem, yeah, because and if this was a father whose money that you have been fighting over and something came out, yeah, because we have this full moon. Yes, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, check this out. Check this out, Cancer. Now, this is not for the exact time period, but your 8th house, which deals with wills, shared resources, is Aquarius. Okay? We're going to have a blue moon in Aquarius on the 22nd of August. Okay? Something may have come out because there was another full moon in the same house back in July 23rd. Something may have come out that somebody was lying. The Queen of Swords in the challenge position can be your stepmother, this is a woman who is a nasty woman who is very filled with hate, for whatever reason, filled with vindictiveness, bitterness. Maybe, this is just how I see it sometimes when it's the second wife. Maybe this is your stepmother and this is the second wife, and she wants to be the only wife. She wants to erase everything that came before her. That she may try to erase you, cut you out, but you found out somehow. King of Pentacles, this might be a financial advisor, somebody that's going to help you to recover the money. But this might even be the father. If he has crossed over, though, he may be guiding you on what to do. I believe that, people who have crossed over, they're not going to, even if during life they kicked you to the curb, threw you aside for their new spouse or what have you, and you felt like your relationship was never the same after that. I believe on the other side, they are restored. Their sanity is restored, because it is a form of insanity. Something is going on with that parent that makes them just, it's almost like they blame the children of their first marriage for the failure of the first marriage, or they, the children of the first marriage become an extension of their ex-husband or wife. And so it's like they're divorcing their children sometimes when they get remarried. And I think a lot of times it's because that their partner is pulling the strings a lot of times, and they're just very emotionally vulnerable. Um, and I mean, you could call it a weakness in a way, but that it is what it is. So anyway, yeah, very interesting. At first I was thinking one thing, but now I'm thinking another. Okay, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I am an astrologer, but I do tarot as well. You can check me out at rainamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Take care. Bye.